Welcome to Sci-Fi Journal, presented by the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. This show is for January 2011. My name is Marc Morisseau, and also hosting the show today are Calvin Watts III, Jay Kingston, and James Hinsey will be showing up later on in the program. All right, and as always, can you believe it's already January? Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
It's not so much that it's January.
Happy
It's
New Year.
2011.
I know.
Oh, my God.
We got 1 year left, people.
That's right, yeah. And then we'll see whether the show continues on.
Technically 2 years.
Into 2013, yeah.
Technically 2 years because it's not supposed to happen until the 21st of December.
But until then, we start off, as always.
All right. Let's just jump right into this. We've shown this preview before.
Come on, the year's already done. Let's go.
Excuse me for just a second.
Star Trek Punch.
We've shown this preview before, as I said, but it bears showing again. It's Green Hornet, starring Seth Rogen and Jay Chow and Cameron Diaz, and it's the comic book and radio show and TV show superhero brought to life. And I've got mixed feelings about it because it looks like they're doing a comedic spin on it. And I had a problem with, to me, Seth Rogen just is not the Green Hornet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you feel that way too? Or?
It's definitely like a different take of the Green Hornet.
It's a different take of the Green Hornet. So we'll see what happens.
I want to give it more of an open mind. I mean, the movie itself looks fun, but I don't know if it's your typical Green Hornet, what you're used to in the comic books.
I'm kind of more interested in seeing the Black Beauty in action than I am the actual Green Hornet dudes.
Yeah. Well, Kato, the scenes that they've shown with Kato fighting look good. Okay. They look really good.
Awesome.
He'd have done Bruce Lee proud, I think. Mm-hmm. But that's another story. So let's take a look at that footage.
So this is what you want out of your life. This gives you a sense of fulfillment.
Drink?
I spend all night writing about the corruption of this town.
And you do nothing.
For today's top story, newspaper mogul James Reed was found dead, leaving his son in charge of his media empire.
Sorry to hear about your father.
Hey, Kato, you knew my dad pretty well, right? Now that he's gone, I'm thinking I haven't done anything good my whole life. I'm not sure what I should do.
Wanna see something cool?
Whoa! You did that? What did you think of my father?
Was a complex man.
Think about this, Kato. We've been completely wasting our potential. This city needs our help. We could be heroes. Here's what will make us different. We will pose as villains to get close to the bad guys. That way, no one will suspect we're really the good guys. I want you to take my hand, and I want you to come with me on this adventure.
I'll go with you, but I don't want to touch you.
Okay, you don't have to take my hand, but will you come with me on this adventure?
Okay.
Yes. What do we call him? The Green Hornet.
I'm Lenore Case. I'm the new secretary.
Perfect.
I want the head of the Green Hornet, and I want it tonight.
You know who you are? You're a human Swiss Army knife. Just when you think there couldn't be any more cool things, a new thing comes out. What's this?
It's a gas gun.
A gas gun? How does it even work?
Hey. Okay.
Let's roll, Kato. Red light, stop! Stop! Camera got us. Can I shoot one?
Okay, next we have the film I've been waiting literally years for, and I know you
were
have.
a little kid.
And you too.
You bet.
Green Lantern, the comic book hero coming to life.
I should have brought my power ring.
Now Fred's sitting there going like this behind the camera. But see, Brian, that's how you make a comment. Quietly.
There you go.
Okay?
Brian's the director in the booth. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyway, it stars Ryan Reynolds, which I've never really seen Ryan Reynolds in anything before.
He's done a lot. He was Deadpool in the Wolverine.
He was Hannibal King in Blade 3.
So he's done a few things.
Yeah, he's been
He's
around.
used to the superhero genre.
I didn't see Blade 3. I did see Wolverine, unfortunately.
Right.
So I have seen Ryan Reynolds in that. But in this, he looks pretty cool.
Pretty decent. Thank God for CGI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. I mean, the star of this is actually going to be the CGI costuming and the special effects and everything. Right. But to see the preview with the characters, you got to keep a watch out. Those of you who know comic books, keep an eye out for a quick glimpse of Kilowog, a quick glimpse of Sinestro, and of course Abin Sur.
Yep.
And I don't know. I got a mental stiffy when I saw this.
Ding.
Which is probably not it's a disturbing thing to think about.
Yeah.
So don't go there. So let's take a look at that
Oh
preview.
no, it's too late.
Let's take a look at that preview.
No.
Sorry, I gotta run. Make yourself at home, okay? There's water in the tap.
Hal, you're late. This test today, it's important.
I'm gonna make you look good up there, don't worry. Now let's get these pants off and fly some planes. When I'm flying, it feels like anything is possible. It's like no matter how bad things get, there's something good out there, just over the horizon.
The ring. It chose you. Use its power to defend our universe. Become one of us. Become a Green Lantern.
The ring said it was a great responsibility. Responsibility? You? Let's hope so. Anything I see in my mind, I can create. The one thing that a Green Lantern is supposed to be is fearless. That isn't me.
You had the ability to overcome fear.
Wow. I know, right? Woo!
What happens now?
You go look for trouble. Brightest day, blackest night.
Next, we've got Battle Los Angeles, which to me looks like what Skyline should have been.
Right.
Yes.
It's not about the deficit.
It's not. No. It's not about the deficit.
Or illegal aliens.
It stars Aaron Eckhart and Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, all right.
And basically, this is kind of a new spin on the old War of the Worlds type thing. The premise is we've been seeing UFO sightings all over the globe for decades and decades and decades. Okay? Now they've decided to make their presence known, and it's not a pretty picture. So, having said that, let's let the footage explain.
The stars go dim and the skies turn black, 'cause I loved her and she didn't love back. The stars gone dim and the skies turn black, 'cause I loved her and she didn't love back. The stars
What was so great about that trailer and what really has grabbed me is that, you know, I'm a big video game guy, and it reminded me of when Gears of War came out for the Xbox. When they started previewing that, they would put together, you know, footage of like this totally war-ravaged planet, and they would have a really haunting song to go with it. The first one was the remake of the Tears for Fears song, which is eluding me right now, but the song from Donnie Darko. And this song, which is called "The Sun's Gone Dim and the Skies Turn Black," is by a Norwegian named Johan Johansson. It's an actual song. Right. I love this trailer so much. I actually looked it up, and of course, there's a bunch of people out there who feel exactly the same way I do. I'm really geeked for this movie.
So this guy is Johan's son.
Yes.
Wow.
I couldn't make that up if I tried.
And when is this movie coming out?
March.
March
11th, if I remember correctly.
So, let us know what you think. I mean, I think it looks awesome.
Yep.
Okay. Next, we've got a film that I know Marc is going to rush out to see.
Absolutely.
You will see him immediately dive out of here to go rush to get in line at the theater to see this film.
His favorite actor's in it.
Yep.
All right.
It's Season of the Witch, starring Nicolas Cage.
I'm out of here.
Also starring Ron Perlman of Beauty and the Beast fame and Hellboy.
Okay, all right.
So
Hellboy's in it.
Yep.
Some saving grace.
It looks very interesting. Okay. It's a very interesting premise. It's two crusaders, two friends who have been off at the Crusades, return after years of fighting. And they come back to their homeland and find out that their homeland is in complete shambles. There is a force that has been influencing their homeland, and it's good versus evil. You know, it's hard to describe, but it's that whole good versus evil, magic versus the church type of thing. Cats and dogs lying down together.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, the humanity.
Sounds like a remake of Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah. No, not quite. And of course, Nicolas Cage is the gentleman who sits there and, I don't quite believe that she's a witch. So, anyway, that's my really lame Nicolas Cage impression.
Yep, I could tell.
So, Nick, if you're in the state and you're watching this, I apologize. So let's take a look at that footage.
Come a long way, my friend. Across oceans, deserts. Seen things few men have seen.
The fewer still will believe.
The end is in sight.
is a whisper throughout the land that the hour of our judgment is upon us.
What madness is this?
This is a curse from hell, brought upon us by the Black Witch. You've been found guilty of consorting with the devil.
Wait!
Do it.
I am Damon of Blybrook.
Your name has become legend. You must deliver the witch to Severac, where you will destroy the witch's powers.
That the witch.
That is not what I say. I will take the girl, but if she is not what you say, she will not be yours to burn.
You're not like the others. Do you believe I'm a witch, Bayman?
Don't be deceived. She sees the weakness that lies in our hearts. And what she sees there, she will use against us.
You're not afraid of me. Are you?
These men are prepared for battle.
You have to get in line behind me.
She'll turn one man against another.
They must be punished.
Let's finish this.
We're gonna need more holy water.
The next movie we have stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Michelle Monaghan. It's called Source Code. And basically the premise of this film is that a commuter train has been blown up. And Jake Gyllenhaal plays this man who suddenly finds himself waking up from the accident, and he's in the middle of a secret government project. And it's kind of messing with his mind. What they do is they take him and they send him into the body of this gentleman who dies in the train crash when the train blows up. And he's only sent back for, I think, about 8 minutes.
Yes.
So he's got 8 minutes of his life to relive, to find out who's the bomber on the train, because there's going to be another bombing. So he's trying to find out who is the one who sets the bomb on the train. But of course, he falls in love with the girl that his friend was in love with. The person whose body he occupies.
Right.
So it's kind of like the old premise of what was that show that Donnie used to love so much?
Oh, the time travel show?
Yeah.
Time Cop.
No.
Not Time Cop. It sounded like it.
I can't Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap. All right.
Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you very much, Adam. Adam Tuckman, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. And happy Hanukkah.
First off-screen performance of the year. Okay.
So, yes.
Let's show the clip, for God's sake.
Let's show that clip.
Hey, Sean. Hey. I took your advice. It was very good advice. Sean.
Look, I can see that you think you know me, but I don't know who you are. My name is Captain Coulter Stevens.
You're kind of freaking me out.
No.
Talk to me, Sean.
Look, I don't know who Sean is, and I don't know who you are.
Welcome back, Captain Stevens.
Where am I?
You are inside the source code.
What is the source code?
It's a computer program, Captain.
Source code enables you to cross over into another man's identity in the last 8 minutes of his life.
At 7:48 this morning, a bomb exploded on a train outside of Chicago, killing everyone on board. A man named Sean Fentress was on that train. He is now you. Think, Captain, remember back. Who bombed the train?
I don't know who bombed the train!
Then try again.
Wait, no,
So, what do you think?
It's the same train, but it's different.
We've been informed informed there will be another attack in 6 hours. If you find the bomber, the next attack can be prevented. Concentrate on the passengers in your car. Look for ones who seem nervous. As always, you will have 8 minutes.
8 minutes, and then I blow up again. What would you do if you knew you had less than 8 minutes to live?
I'd make those seconds count.
I want to go back in. I'm gonna save her.
You can't. Doesn't work that way.
Christina is dead.
She doesn't have to be.
You cannot alter this reality while inside the source code.
I'm asking you to have the decency to let me try. What's going on?
He's in trouble. Tell me everything's gonna be okay.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Next film, Cowboys and Aliens, starring Daniel Craig. Who, is it just me, or is he starting to really look old in the, long in the tooth?
It's not you.
He really is. I mean, I thought he was this young guy, and now he looks like...
And he's only, what, 39?
Yeah, and he's done, what, 2 Bond films?
Yeah.
He's done 2.
So they're going to be looking to replace him before too long, probably.
Well, supposedly, I guess, I might be off of my information, but I guess the MGM situation has been settled and Spyglass has gotten the rights to Bond, so I guess Bond 23 is a go.
Oh, good.
So you'll probably see that within the next year or two. So we might not be so old as of yet, but
maybe
they better hurry.
They're going to have to do an awful lot with makeup. But in this case, the age looks good on him.
Yes.
And you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Stars Daniel Craig, Harrison Ford, and Olivia Wilde. Basically what it is a stranger wakes up in the desert, and he has no identity that he knows of. He has no memories to speak of, and he's got this shackle type thing on his wrist.
Yep.
He has no idea how it got there. He has no idea how he got there. And he's in this place called Absolution, which doesn't take kindly to strangers. He finds out after he gets to Absolution that he is actually wanted by the federal government. He's wanted by U.S. Marshals. Now throw into the mix the fact that this thing on his wrist is actually some kind of an advanced weapon, and there are aliens attacking this old western town.
I hate when that happens.
Hence the title Cowboys and Aliens, and it looks really cool. So let's take a look at that footage.
It's not your lucky day, stranger. Turn around and start walking. I said, turn around and start walking.
Do I know you?
You don't remember anything.
Jake Lonergan, turning you over to the federal marshal.
Boss, Lonergan's in town.
I want that man. You give him to me now, or I'm gonna take him. Asking me.
We're coming back! We're coming back!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it for this month's popcorn previews.
All right. Thank you very much, Jay. Okay, now let's move on to Calvin talking about the wonderful world of DVD and gaming.
That's it, man. It's game over, man. It's game over.
Well, so it's January 2011.
Yeah, I like January.
Do you know what that means?
My birthday is
in terms of movies coming out on like home video?
What?
It means that there's not a whole lot of stuff going on.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
But basically, this is what's coming out of note for the month of January. Ready? Because it's going to take me a while.
Which note? Okay.
Machete.
Machete.
Yeah, Machete.
Yes.
Which I unfortunately did not get to see more than like 5 minutes of in the theater.
Yeah,
I really want to see this because the beginning 5 minutes are just awesome. So that's neither here nor there. Piranha 3D.
Oh, does it come with the glasses?
No, you need to have the special 3D TV and the 3D stuff. It also comes in 2D for anybody who really wants to just like watch it without the 3D effect.
Right.
And for those of you at home, just save your popcorn buckets because you're going to need them to vomit into.
There you go. Although they say,
what do you expect out of this movie? It's not Citizen Kane, it's Piranha.
I know, it should have never been
with like
made.
next to nothing.
We already know it's a stupid ass movie. So.
I'm just doing my public service and telling those folks out there who depend on us for information, get ready to puke.
Well, we said that when you introduced the clip like a couple of months ago, too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. We could go back, but it doesn't really matter. But anyways.
We already know it's going to stink.
And that's it.
That's it. Oh, my goodness.
I will say that we do have some news. Though Bambi has been remastered, and that's going to be Disney's next project, and that's going to come out in March.
Does he face Godzilla?
No, Bambi does not face Godzilla.
That was awesome.
The Blu-ray high-def copy comes first, and that'll be available in March. The DVD version will come out a month later.
Right.
And to kind of save January just a tiny bit, on February 1st, Let Me In, the vampire/thinking movie from back in the fall, and that Monsters, we were talking about Monsters before we started, that makes its debut on home video on February 1st.
Now, this is a vampire thinking movie as opposed to Twilight.
Yes.
Which is a vampire brain dead movie.
Right. Well, we'll probably talk about that later this year, too, before the next one comes out.
The next two, yeah, I know.
Movies. My daughter's in love with that series. Well, at least she read all the books, which is good.
All right, so on to gaming news, and there really isn't a whole lot. Again, being January, Christmas is just going on.
Yeah, people are still playing with the stuff they got during the holidays.
Yeah, and I can tell you one of the things that they are playing with, the Xbox Kinect.
Yes.
That has been selling very well. Xbox is now the #1 console as November's sales figures have come out.
Right.
And they are on track to have 5 million of these Kinect camera systems sold by December.
Wow, Big Brother invades the living room.
Are they selling bundles where you can get the Xbox and the Kinect together?
Yes, these are just Xbox bundles. You can also buy the camera separately because it'll work with the older Xbox systems.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's been.
Do you need a software
really
update to make it work? Or?
Yeah, but that's anybody that has an Xbox with the online connection, you get all that.
It does it automatically.
Yeah, so it does it automatically. And it's from what I understand, my friend has it. He says it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
And definitely worth getting if you were thinking about picking it up.
Right.
What else do we have? PlayStation Plus. Now these are the people who actually spend, it's kind of like the Xbox Live Gold service. The PlayStation Plus is the pay service for those of you who want to play on your PlayStation 3. And while I don't subscribe to it, they do offer a lot of perks. We've gone into some of the stuff that they do. And one of the things that they're going to be doing for you members that are early access to the beta version of DC Universe Online.
That's right.
Which is still scheduled for a spring release for this year. Wow, now I'm still getting over it's 2011. It's just weird. So I'm really looking forward to that. Let's see, what else do we have? There's a new Tomb Raider coming out.
Oh, all right.
The last couple of Tomb Raiders have done really well, and it's turned around the franchise.
Now, are we talking a new Tomb Raider movie? Or
no, Tomb Raider game.
All right.
But this one is going to be her origin story.
All right.
So I guess it's going to show how Lara Croft actually became the Tomb Raider. And
Raised
it's supposed
by
to be,
wolves and all that good stuff,
it's supposed to be a complete reimagining of the character, and so.
Yeah, haven't they given little glimpses of her childhood before?
Yes,
in the games
here and there, but nothing as definitive as what you're going to see in this. And we're probably looking at probably either late this year or sometime next year release. Right. Let's see, what else do we have? I have a new passion.
All right.
Now, you guys know I love my iPod Touch. Yeah.
Be afraid.
You ever play Angry Birds?
Oh, I've heard about it. No.
I cannot get enough of
get
this.
enough
And
of
this is
Angry
going to be
Birds?
like one of the stupidest premises ever. If I have a video, I'll show it for you as to what it
Birds,
is.
can't you download it for like less than $1 or something?
Yes. It is the best time waster
Those
ever.
games are making money hand over fist.
Yeah,
They really are.
it has been
Apps.
consistently #1 on the iTunes website for like months now. And all it is that you get these. It's like a little cartoon thing, and there's these like birds that are mad because the bad guy pigs have stolen your eggs.
Right.
So they hide in like these various structures made of like wood and glass and stuff, and you get a slingshot.
Right.
And you gotta hold the slingshot back with the birds, and each bird has like a different power. Like one might be able to blow up like a bomb, one can drop an egg which can blow stuff up, and you gotta break down the structures and kill the pigs. And I've just spent hours upon hours playing this stuff when I have free time.
How many levels are in this thing?
A ton. There's like 145 levels.
Yeah.
I think we see now why you haven't watched The Walking Dead yet.
Yeah.
You're playing Angry Birds.
Anyways, so if you have an iPod, or it also has like an Android app, and supposedly it's going to be coming to like Xbox Live Arcade.
Yeah, it's not available
and the
for
PlayStation
a PC.
or
You can't get it on a
thing.
PC.
No, but you definitely want to check that out. It's a lot of fun. That's all I got.
All right, good. But that's some awesome stuff. All right, got some stuff here about the wonderful world of television. Here we go. First Friday episode of Fringe has a very unique title. When it was announced that Fringe would be moving to Friday nights, fans feared the worst, while the producers of the show tried to spin the news in their favor, calling it a good thing. But as the title the creators gave the series' first Friday night episode shows, they're well aware of why the night of the week has become known as the place TV goes to die. The title, which was revealed at the same time it was announced that the show would start airing Friday nights on January 21st, 1 week earlier than we were told previously, it'll be, ready for it, Firefly. Get it? Okay. Firefly is but one of many series supposedly deep-sixed by the cursed Friday night death slot.
Oh, no, it wasn't.
Fox Death Slot.
Yep,
Death
the
Slot.
Fox Death Slot, yep.
Get it
and
right.
In fact, the writers gave a nod to one of the previous scheduled victims, shows they recognize the challenge they're in for. There doesn't seem to be any other Firefly homage in the episode, which has Christopher Lloyd guest starring as one of Walter Bishop's musical heroes. But you know, we'll be watching to make sure. So that's the name of the episode, Firefly.
We could have a round table of just how many
they've killed
things that Fox has
We always
killed.
wanted to do that, do a scroll of all the different shows that they killed. You know, Space Above and Beyond, a whole bunch of them.
And if we combine it with the shows that you've actually become a fan of that have been killed
That I've
off.
killed also.
So
it's only
that could take a whole show.
It's a 1 hour show. I was just going to say that. Okay. All right, here we go. Marc Singer is returning to V, according to TV Guide. Marc Singer's news cameraman turned freedom fighter in the original V miniseries and TV
Mike
show.
Donovan, right?
Well, what was his name?
I think it was Mike Donovan.
No, his name in the show. Yeah, that's right, Mike Donovan. But his new character, his new character is called Lars Tremont.
Say that again.
Lars Tremont, Lars Tremont.
Well, what do you do?
I know, that's what it sounds like. He is a high-ranking military and government leader from around the globe. He's in charge of this top-secret organization who have always suspected from the beginning that the Vs are not as friendly as they like. So he'll be returning on the new version of V, as well as Jane Badler, who will once again be playing an alien lizard in the show's second season. She's playing, Hang on, I got it right here. Playing Marina Baccarin's mother.
Oh, well, she was the leader before, so that makes sense.
So that just makes sense, all right? What are you guys chuckling at? I know, V, what a series. So Marc Singer and original Jane Battle will be returning to V.
Nice.
Starting in January.
All we need is Freddy Krueger and we'll be all set.
I know, although, who was the blonde in that show? I forget her name.
Jane something.
Jane, yeah, whatever. Okay, but she's not coming back. Don't worry about that. Smallville news. You ready? Okay, while they're not regulars anymore, two familiar faces will return for the final season of Smallville. You want me to spoil it for you?
Go ahead.
Okay, Chloe Sullivan and Martha Kent will return. Chloe will be back in the 13th episode of the season, while Clark's adopted mom will be back in the 12th. And both episodes will air in early 2011. So, with Smallville in its 10th and final season, what will the CW do to hold on to their superhero/teen demo brought in by Smallville? How about a new TV series based on the half-human, half-demon character Raven of the Teen Titans?
Okay.
All right. Variety reports that's exactly what the CW and DC are planning as a replacement show once Smallville flies off into the sunset in their shiny blue and red suit. The CW is looking to adopt Raven, a half-demon known as Rachel Roth, into the series. Diego Gutierrez, who most recently served as co-exec VP on V, is writing and will exec produce. Project has a script order at the CW through Warner Brothers TV and DC Entertainment.
Not gonna work.
Not gonna work. Well, remember earlier they tried to do something with Grayson. They wanted to go back to the roots of Batman and Robin, and that sort of fell apart.
Yeah.
Well, they want to do the same thing with this Raven character from Teen Titans.
Now, I must caution you, before you say it's not going to work, remember my predictions for Avatar.
Yeah, I remember very well. But I'm smarter than you, so I think that my prediction will work out better.
As far as
maybe luckier than you, maybe not smarter.
Anyways, moving on.
Why don't you go back and drive your bus? So
moving on awkwardly, here we go. Doctor Who. I have Doctor Who news. Okay?
Who?
Exactly. The 1996 Fox television backdoor pilot for Doctor Who will finally be getting a U.S. release date. It's going to finally be released on DVD. To be able to get it, 2-disc set, packed with extras. They brought in the 7th Doctor, Sylvester McCoy, and Paul McGann to do brand new updated commentary on the film, if you like that audio commentary stuff. Let's see, it's part of the Revisitations box set that they're putting out, all these old Doctor Who episodes. John Pertwee, the 3rd Doctor, has some episodes with him that'll be released on the same day. But if you're a big fan of that Paul McGann series, the only appearance of him as the Doctor, I remember videotaping it. I still have the VHS tape somewhere of that show.
That's scary.
It is pretty scary, but I still got it, all the commercials and everything. If you really enjoyed that and we were wondering when's it going to be out on DVD, February. That's what to watch out for.
That's cool.
But anyways, okay, and finally, a man has changed his name to Captain Awesome. Don't call him Douglas Allen Smith Jr. anymore. Call him by his new name, Captain Awesome. An Oregon man has legally changed his name to Captain Awesome, according to the New York Post. He did it last month in honor of the character on TV's Chuck. Awesome also got permission to change his signature to a right-pointing arrow, a smiley face, and a left-pointing arrow, but said his bank rejected it as being too easily forgeable. The guy definitely needs a life. We should have him as a guest on the show. And that's all I have, mercifully, for Toob News.
It's Anime Daisuki time. Welcome to Anime Daisuki for January's show. As you can see, I'm all by myself here because I couldn't make it to the studio on time, but let me start off with some great anime news. NCM Fathom, or Phantom Events, is having a screening of the live-action film Gantz. Gantz is coming January 20th to local theaters like the Warwick Cinema in Showcase in Route 2 in East Greenwich, and the Swansea Regal Cinema. It'll probably be, let's see, I think 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can catch that on Thursday, January 20th. Let's see. Gantz is a film about two people who've been resurrected from after having a deadly accident, and then they're forced to take on these mysterious missions for whoever's running this. Oh, Gantz is a like some kind of computer system, or in this giant ball sphere thing, and it seems to issue orders for these groups of people that work for it. And so that's going to be nationwide over, I think, 300 different screens. Let's see. Another film coming out in theaters is the Evangelion 2 movie, 2.0. But the closest theater for that is going to be in New York City, and that'll be January, different dates, 14th through March 20th. Maybe they'll add Boston, hopefully. But EVA 2.0, you're going to have to travel, I think, to get to it, to see it, or wait for the DVD. On Cartoon Network's Adult Swim, they're going to have new episodes of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, starting January 9th. Right now on the schedule is 5 new episodes, episodes number 27 through 31, and hopefully they'll continue more and get the rest of that series on Cartoon Network. And some more good news from Ghibli Studios. After last summer's success of Variety, they announced that they're going to be doing another new anime called Kokuriko Zaka Kara. It's based on a manga from 1980, story of a young girl set in 1963, a year before the Tokyo Olympics, a high school girl in Yokohama, which is a harbor city near Tokyo, and her father is a sailor who's gone missing after an accident, and her mother's gone abroad for work, and just sort of her everyday life. It's probably going to be one of the sentimental type of films, and it's going to be directed by Goro Miyazaki, and Hisao is planning it, so he's probably like producing on the producing side. There's going to be a couple more films coming up soon from them, and then they're going to be working on a couple of epics. This was part of a 5-year plan that they had announced to their staff last year, so Variety was the first of 3 films. Then there'll be this next one, then there'll be 2 epics. What kind of epics there'll be, we don't know yet, but that'll be upcoming soon. Let's see, if you have Verizon Fios, the Anime Network is now available on demand for a relatively low price, but they've got about 45 hours of original programming. Some of it's subbed, some of it's dubbed. May not be labeled as such, but you can check out their content. It's a subscriber type channel, on-demand channel, so it's a premium thing. It's not free, but they'll probably have a lot of new stuff out there on the Anime Network on Fios. And then I don't have any word yet for the Yamato live-action film, if it's going to be distributed in the U.S. I'm still checking different websites. Starblazers.com, Tim Aldred, he's in Japan. He went to Japan to see the premiere. He's got a great little travelogue, parts 1 and 2, on Otaku USA magazine's website. So you can check that out. And I keep an eye on it to see if they get any word for the Yamato film. But, we'll keep an eye on it. There's some Godzilla news. They're supposed to be working on a new Godzilla film. As soon as they get any footage of that, or maybe a photo or something, or a poster, we'll probably show you that. I'm a big Godzilla fan. I know there's Godzilla fans out there. So that could be a whole new series of Godzilla films, if they do it right. There's also word that, they're going to be an American version of it. We'll have to see how that goes. That's it for Anime Daisuki this month. And we'll see you again next month, and I'll be back in the studio with everybody else.
We actually have a book review this month. Jay has this book that he's been reading about steampunk that he really loves, and he wanted to share it with the rest of us, so we're going to find out what the hell he's talking about. Here he is.
Okay. Basically, for the uninitiated out there, I'll give you a brief explanation of what steampunk is, okay? And this book will give you a good idea once you start reading it.
Okay. What's the name of the book?
It's called Steampunk Prime.
And who's the author?
There is no author.
Oh, it's like an anthology.
It's an anthology.
Cool.
And it's edited by Mike Ashley. And what Mike has done is he has taken a bunch of stories from early days of sci-fi pulp magazines that qualify as steampunk. Okay? Now this is steampunk before there was actually a steampunk genre.
Yep.
And it's all been collected in one book. And what steampunk is imagine a world that was created by H.G. Wells and Jules Verne, in which the industrial age has never occurred, the electric revolution never occurred, and you have a society that is based on machinery built out of wood and brass and tin and other metals like that. You would have steam-powered cars, steam-powered entertainment,
right.
Steam-powered spaceships in some cases.
And this all goes back to like the 1700s, right?
This goes back, well, kind of. Think more Victorian age,
right.
Victorian Edwardian age
okay.
Of technology. And what Mr. Ashley has done is he has skimmed through some old magazines and old collections of stories that I guess are now in the public domain, but he put them together in Steampunk Prime. And I highly recommend this book for anybody who's curious about what steampunk involves, and it's a good way to get your feet wet in the literary world of steampunk. Yeah. There are stories in here about automatons, robotic type inventions that are steam driven and are intelligent and combine human and mechanical parts. There are people in here, if you think of the old days of the Wild Wild West and some of the gadgets that James West and Artemis Gordon used.
Not the movie.
No, not the movie, the TV show.
Okay.
Some of those things would qualify as steampunk.
Right, although the big giant spider at the end of the movie would qualify as steampunk.
Yeah, the big giant spider at the end of the movie would qualify as steampunk. The big bicycle type thing that Artemis Gordon rode.
Right.
Even some of the gadgets on the train would qualify as steampunk. So it's that kind of a world, and this is a good way to get your feet wet, as I said, into the steampunk world. It's a world of a gentler age. There are stories in here where wars haven't existed, for years and years. We didn't have mechanized warfare like we have today, or World War II never would have happened, and things like that.
People travel a lot by airship.
People travel a lot by dirigible, airship, all sorts of methods. Steamship, steam-powered locomotives, steam-powered cars, as I said. And it's just an alternate history. So I highly recommend it. It was a good read for me, and I enjoyed it. I spent many, many hours enjoying the stories in this book. And you could probably find it at your local bookstore.
Yep. Awesome.
And if not, you can look it up online at like Amazon or other retailers like that will sell it.
Or go to the library.
Or go to the library. They may have it at your local library.
Very nice.
So that's it. That's my book review for this month.
And as always, we finish up the show with a segment we like to call Toys, Props, and Other
Stuff.
where our wonderful camera people talk about things in the world of sci-fi collectibles. So let's get started here. Here we go. We've got we've got the first and second and a half season of Gargoyles, which was a Disney show that premiered back in 1994, I believe, 95, around that. They released the whole first season on DVD, but then the second season, you only got Volume 1. They never released Volume 2. So you only got half of the second season.
Yeah, and that show ended up starring like half of the voice cast was members of Star Trek Next Generation.
Next Generation, yep,
right.
When they were promoting that show, Jonathan Frakes and everybody. So awesome series if you want to go pick that up.
Okay, what we have here is the latest version of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
That's a good game.
It's an excellent game. Picks up right after Assassin's Creed 2.
Yep.
I had reservations about the game at first because I thought it was just going to be basically a multiplayer title. I had no idea it was going to continue the whole story from Assassin's Creed 2, and I've been very surprised. And next to that is Predators, my score from Black Friday. Got that very, very cheap, very happy. It has the Blu-ray, digital copy, DVD, everything's in there, and it was very cheap.
Very nice. The $6 Million Man, that's the box set of the $6 Million Man. It's funny, when you open up that little case in the center, it kind of it tells you the theme from the beginning. It plays the theme song from the beginning of the show.
Yeah, Steve Austin, a man barely alive.
Yep, so that's a lot of fun.
Who,
what?
As Brian informed us, that voiceover was actually done by Harve Bennett.
Oh, Harve Bennett, who went on to produce a lot of the Star Trek movies.
Right,
yep.
Right.
And of course, next to that is the spin-off from the $6 Million Man, the Bionic Woman.
Bionic Woman, Lindsay Wagner.
She still looks good.
Yep, yes. Now she's doing a recurring role on the sci-fi series Warehouse 13.
Oh, she's still beautiful.
She plays a doctor in that show.
Yep.
A lot of fun.
Tron Legacy is an early Christmas gift from my wife. Kevin Flynn's Light Cycle, I was reading up on the premise, and this is one of the few things that's physical in the Tron world.
Right.
And so it differs a little bit from the other light cycles, in fact, because it's a physical thing.
Object.
It can go faster than anything else that's in the world.
Right. Cool.
Nice.
And it's a really cool toy. I have the original light cycle, so she figured I could add.
I'm really
that
looking
to go
forward
with
to
it.
that movie too.
Oh, I am so excited.
It's the first film I went and saw and liked it, but the first film annoyed me because of everything was that neon blue, and it hurt my eyes at the time. This thing, they've gotten rid of that, and they've still got those cool suits and the people looking.
Right.
As an aside, and I probably should have mentioned this during the Game Over segment, but to be honest, I completely forgot. The original movie has been remastered by Steven Lisberger. It's out. And it's all set to go, but I guess they did some early screenings of the original Tron movie, and I guess the reaction they got wasn't what people were hoping, and they were saying, wow, this looks really hokey, and so they don't want any of that to damage the extensive amount of money they put into this, so you're not going to see a release until probably Tron Legacy actually comes out on home video, so sometime later on this year.
Okay, good, all right.
This is a Star Trek Voyager Playmates figure of the Doctor, Robert Picardo.
Yep.
Well, Robert Picardo is the guy who played the Doctor.
Yes.
I got this back when the figures first came out in 1996.
Yep.
And I was at a big, huge Star Trek convention down at Rutgers University. It was like a 3-day event. And we were down there on a Saturday, and I got to meet George Takei, and I got to meet the guy who played Chakotay, Robert Beltran.
Right.
And he was funny. And then I got to meet Robert Picardo, and he was kind enough to sign this for me.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters in that show. All right, there we go. And as always, if you would like to get in touch with us, and we hope you do, there's several ways of doing it. Our website is www.risfc.org.
Who said get in touch?
www.risfc.org. This show's going down real quick. You can email us info@risfic.org. We have snail mail in case you want to send Jay a life. That's Rhode Island Science Fiction Club, P.O. Box 8515, Warwick, Rhode Island. The zip is 02888. We have Facebook and YouTube pages if you want to get in touch with us. Might be 2 of us next month. We don't know. That's going to be it for this January 2011 edition of Sci-Fi Journal. Thank you very much for watching. Next month we have a steampunk convention to go to.
TempleCon.
TempleCon.
This is your captain speaking.
Watch the credits, you'll see the info.
We're going to be flying into TempleCon at an altitude of approximately 5 feet off the ground.
Thank you.